nothing generic like, oh, we're going to do this one. No, there has to be an actual plan that makes sense, that you know how to that you do. You got to have a code word for in case of emergency, like Bluebird. If I say Bluebird, that means everybody start preparing themselves for a serious event. Everybody come to a certain area in the property or exit to the, if something, if the property, if we have to exit the property immediately, Bluebird means everybody start working their way to the front yard, 20 feet away from the property, obviously not in the street. You know what I mean? So these emergency protocols are very important. They want to make sure that you're very clear about what you have set up. So you can't just like breeze through it, and you don't want to just use the templates. You want to make sure that you have something that's consistent with your particular property. Um, and then abuse prevention, clear policies on recognizing, reporting, and preventing abuse, neglect, or exploitation of residents. There also has to be, when you're setting it up, you're going to have the abuse hotlines, and have the police, the social services, and a couple other numbers that you have to have posted. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but you're definitely going to have the police, um, the residents' rights, uh, and social services or something like that, so if they want to make a call, that number is posted at all times, so it has to be posted where the residents can see it. So if they're experiencing some type of abuse, they'd have to have access to be able to call someone. And also your property has to have since we're on the topic of making phone calls, your property has to have a landline. They can have their own cell phones and stuff like that, but the actual facility has to have a landline as well. So yeah. So what goes in the resident files? Resident file requirements consist of assessments, service plans, medical records, and plans. So assessments, initial and ongoing assessments with functional and scoring guides to track residents' needs and changes. So that's usually what your nurse is going to be conducting the assessments, like 45 days assessments. That's as is required every 45 days that they're getting assessed. Service plans, individual care plans, detailed care notes, documented services provided to each resident. So you're gonna have that. The medical records, legal and emergency data, physical physician orders, and complete medical history for each resident. That also goes into their file. And then planning, advanced direct